What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having the most wonderful month so far. It's that time, Taurus. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support is just always the greatest, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why this one is especially special. There we go, Taurus. Let me see if I can talk. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. There we go. Take it out, Taurus. Just fireworks, I tell you. That's been the added touch that I've been wanting for Celestial News Monthly. But I'm still working on the timing, but it's fine. But with this monthly spread, in all of them, when the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Taurus, let's jump into it. Feeling real upbeat, Taurus. And your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy around here, Taurus. Now, I have Zodiac Oracle cards here with the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Taurus, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Taurus, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group, very fantastic and powerful, just really powerful insights that they bring, Taurus. And also down below is a link for an astrologer that I really like watching. And then there's some links for some apps that I like working with as well. I'm debating about adding another one down there, Taurus. I'm still flirting with it, so we'll see. But that description box is loaded for you, so you got a little light reading there, Taurus. But let's get into this big birthday bash that Cap is throwing in their sign, because you have the sun that's entering Capricorn. Mercury is about to do their retrograde two-step, so it's going to be going we're in the middle of like a hybrid retrograde. And depending on when you're watching this, Taurus, Mercury went retrograde on the 13th. It was on Wednesday. So how you feeling? How you holding up? It's I noticed the day that things went retrograde, like I tell you what, I went into my side gig and it was interesting. It's always fun to observe what goes down during the Mercury retrograde. Mars is going to be entering Capricorn, and then this is the last season that Pluto is going to be Capricorn. He may retrograde one more time back into Capricorn. I need to double check on that, but yeah, it's lit. And what else is lit is the sun. And the sun is going to be entering into Sagittarius. Oh, excuse me, Sagittarius. Wouldn't that be something? The sun's going to enter into Capricorn on the 21st of December. Now it'll be about 10:27 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll be there through the 20th of January. And with this energy, Taurus, this is really great for setting and achieving long-term goals, because Capricorn is about, they're about careers and they're about structure. They're ambitious. They're the achievers of the zodiac. Now, the thing with Capricorn is that being Saturn ruled, things take a little more time with them. They really have to put in a lot of effort when it comes to, Saturn asks a lot, but he also rewards a lot as well. He doesn't just ask a lot of us just because. There's great rewards as abundantly as Jupiter can reward. But this is also great too, Taurus, because you may feel a stronger drive to excel in your professional endeavors. There's a heightened sense of responsibility and even a leader, or a willingness to even take on some leadership roles if that's something that you're interested in, Taurus. And I feel this is a great energy for you being. I feel like Taurus is like the builders of the zodiac. You really help things grow, and you have that Empress energy, the being Venus rule, and I feel like Taurus, you're one that's involved in nature. So again, that growing aspect of things and that security that you bring to this to the signs is I feel this could be a very efficient one there for you, Taurus. But the thing with Capricorn, because they're such a hard-working sign, that we want to make sure that we do balance out our work life and our personal lives. There, we want to work smart and play smart. There's Taurus, and then you have Mars that's going to be entering into Capricorn on the 4th of January, and this is a dope place for Mars because after Aries and Scorpio, the signs that he rules, he is exalted in Capricorn, so his energy functions very well in this energy. And Mars is our drive, so you may find yourself more adept at managing your schedules, prioritizing tasks, and just maximizing productivity. Taurus, really just a heightened energy of manifestation. And you being an Earth sign, you Earth signs are just naturals at just accumulating, really just, I feel like just really expert manifestors. So utilize this, Taurus. And it's very efficient energy, but you may find too that there's a heightened drive to excel in one's career. So maybe you're thinking about starting your own type of business there, Taurus, or maybe you're trying to go get that supervisor role, or maybe managerial role. Maybe you just trying to become CEO, Taurus. I see you climbing that ladder. But this overall is just a very rewarding time for diligently pursuing our goals, Taurus. And then the last energy here we have is Pluto. Now, when you have the outer planets, in a sign, yeah, they affect us on individual level, but that's kind of more when they're forming aspects with your natal placements. But the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, even in like the charts, those are more kind of generational aspects. And that's means we're going to feel them more kind of on a global scale there, Taurus. And with Pluto getting ready to move out of Capricorn into Aquarius, I feel like this really kind of invites us to just kind of, oh well, yeah. First, Pluto's going to be in Capricorn until Aquarius season. That like literally that evening that this before this as the sun is entering into Aquarius that evening. I want to say around like 7:20 p.m. is when Pluto's going to be entering, but this gives us a chance, I feel, to really kind of reflect on reflect on our ambitions and how resourceful we've been, and how determined we were to achieve our goals. And this too leads to a shift in like the how things have kind of led to like this global shift in like the economy, how existing kind of financial structures have collapsed, and how we're going to fill in this space, getting into that innovative energy of and kind of future thinking energy of Aquarius. And yeah, there's a lot of evaluation as Pluto's starts to teeter on that last degree. Then we finally get that release into the next one. So, and the nice thing with this energy too, there, Taurus, is that depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a trine with your sign. And trines can be a little tricky, and especially too since you got some. Pluto's about done, thankfully, but Mars, is a bit of a malefic planet, so you may feel the trines can be where they're very fast moving energy, represents motion, because now there's this lack of friction between these two energies here, earth energy to earth energy, that works very well, but it just depends on to the planet. Like Mars is a malefic planet, so it might be a tougher trine. My moon sign is I was in trine with Pluto when he first entered Aquarius, and where some things moved really fast for me. It was intense what happened. Yeah, it was just very, yeah, not how I had pictured that trine going out there, but it's fine. Growth came regardless. But so that's something to keep in mind there, Taurus. That it can be very fortunate energy. Depend, I feel like, how your perspective comes from it, and really kind of reflecting on those energies. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here, Taurus, which you have the safe travel card here, and I like this because that's kind of like even just tying into what I was talking about with seeing things from a higher perspective here. Because the Arctic tern, that's this bird on this card, I want to say they have the longest migratory pattern of any avian animal. And And so as they're flying, through these different environments, they really get to see the world and how it changes and things, from the kind of cool oases to like the tumultuous seas to the arid deserts to the lush forests. And they're seeing this stuff from a higher perspective and kind of seeing like how life transitions. And that's how I feel like this is for you. For some, there this could be this sort of, because I feel with how you've had Uranus kind of wreaking havoc in your sign over the last 5 years, and well now, and then thankfully now you got Big Papa kind of coming through here to kind of bring some abundance into your energy, Taurus. But I feel just with these last probably 5 years or so, because Uranus stays in a sign about 7 years at a time. It's been a lot in these changes in security and things along those lines, and trying to find that footing. And I feel like with yours being a sign of needing that stability, it's not that you don't know how to function in that change, Taurus, but it can be a lot. And considering that your opposite sign is Scorpio, which is a sign of that rapid constant change, it's just like I feel this energy is inviting you to kind of go within and kind of do some reflection and kind of just see how this last year really has kind of shaped you up and how you've grown from this. And not to say that you didn't have it tough, but you're still getting through it. Okay, it hasn't beaten you. So we're still, and I feel too this safe travel is letting you know that there is this divine guidance. I feel like that's kind of coming through there too, Taurus. And maybe even for some, this could be maybe we start planning some trips. Possibly maybe we need to kind of get away from a certain environment to just kind of process if things have been a lot for you maybe over this past, however, because it's been a pretty intense year overall. It's like energy wise, we had a lot of motion that was going on here. Saturn had moved, Pluto moved, everybody was moving. And so Jupiter had moved. So I mean, it was a lot that's going on here. So I feel like this is just, and even too when I was talking about that long journey, I feel like it's how that because I can't imagine that that's an easy feat for this bird to make. But I feel like it's appreciating every step along the way there, Taurus. But let's get some tarot on this. Give me kind of like a Six of Wands type of energy, that when we learn to celebrate these small type of victories and get to, I feel like this kind of like, and that's going to be appropriate too, I feel like, with where your ruler's getting ready to move into here soon. But let me get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on here, Taurus. Been a lot of that going around here, Taurus. Just not a lot, I'll say, but more than I had, which I don't know why I did expect less from Capricorn, but because you got the devil here, Capricorn energy, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and then the King of Wands here, Taurus. And let's talk about the devil, because with this safe travel, like I was talking about that journey for this Arctic turn, the devil on our journey brings about these challenges. He throws the things that the devil exposes our weaknesses and the things that we have, that we give our power to, that we feel we have no kind of control over, and it kind of helps us build our resolve. But with the devil, I feel like too, it's not just this negative, like toxic card or anything. It can be if we just kind of give up to those things all the time. But the devil teaches us to, if we were noticing something that's out of whack, to take a step back and journey into that temperance energy, that moderation that's right before the devil, Sagittarius energy. And I feel with the 9 and 8 of Pentacles here, these are the things that we're working at in order for us to grow. The 9 of Pentacles is your pre-Empress energy. This is Venus and Virgo. And I feel that this is one, Taurus, where as we overcome these challenges and learn that we, learn where we're just kind of giving our powers to the things that are lowering our vibration, and that, because when I feel with this, the safe part of this travel, I feel like that it's the things, like being mindful of the things that threaten your security, in the sense of like maybe impulsive, like say, let's say maybe we have like impulsive buying, or like this gambling energy, or maybe even like relationships. So, just like all these things that kind of get in our way. And then King of Wands, how do we change that vibration and get a plan to utilize all this energy to its fullest there, and get to this like kind of celebratory energy? And I even feel too, Taurus, with all these experiences that have gone down over however long, over just because we're getting into a more like of a really reflective part of the year, naturally being the end of the calendar year. But the way the energies are laying out too, I feel like they're like laying out this runway for us to kind of reflect. And then, when your ruler's moving into Sag, Jupiter's going to be going direct, Mercury goes direct on the beginning of the year. It's like everything is leading to, then Mars is moving into Capricorn right after, like it's just a lot of like ramping up. And I feel that this Four of Wands here is like, even in these sort of devil moments where we may have struggled, celebrate that you got through it, Taurus, and that it may not have been exactly how you may not have worked out, Eight of Pentacles, how you would have liked to, but there is hope to change that trajectory with the King of Wands, and to get this sort of renewed vigor, I feel, with him, and get in, not just get that energy pumped, because like how usually at like the beginning of the year it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then tend to fizzle out really fast. I feel like it's being very intentional and just tackling things as they make sense, not taking on too much on your plate there. And then I feel that this next chapter in this journey, because the Four of Wands can even be like this portal card, in which we're getting ready to, in a way, pass through one, going through this next calendar year from from 23 to 24. So, it's just like, what's this next chapter looking like, and how's this King of Wands going to really bring it, so. But yeah, I like that, Taurus. And just keep eyes on any sort of any sort of hurdles and things along the way, not letting them remain, or try not to let them remain a hindrance there, Taurus. But this journey's all about trial and error. But let's talk about Sag energy. Actually, let's get some tea, and then let's talk about Sag. Because Mercury is about to do their retrograde dance. Well, Mercury's already in retrograde when this is coming out. But Mercury's doing like a hybrid retrograde, because they're going to be moving from Capricorn back into Sagittarius. And then we'll be moving through, and then you got Venus and Sagittarius. But let me go ahead and get into Mercury. Excuse me. Because Mercury will retrograde back into Sagittarius on the 23rd of December, and then will be retrograde in that sign until the 1st of January. And with Mercury Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius specifically can lead to this, like, a stronger inclination to kind of reflect on beliefs and kind of the bigger questions in life, like, what is my purpose? What do I want to do? How am I just those really kind of larger than life type of questions there. And I even feel too, with Sagittarius being the sign of adventures and like journeys, and it's like reflecting, because retrogrades are a time of reflections where we slow down and kind of evaluate how we're functioning in these energies, and it's reflecting on how our adventures over this last year has helped us grow, and maybe what areas have not helped us grow with this, how you got your devil card here. But Mercury retrograde, just in general, can lead to miscommunications, or misunderstandings may arise, and that's a tricky one, especially in such a blunt sign as Sagittarius. So we just want to make sure we're being tactful with the way we're approaching our conversations there, Taurus. And sometimes too, like we want to make sure that, or sometimes that mail can be delayed, whether this be physical mail or there may even be some delays with like emails and things, making sure that stuff doesn't end up in like the spam folder. Just checking it occasionally there, Taurus. And also too, we may want to double check our travel plans and just be prepared for any type of potential delays or changes. I know no one likes to hear that, but Mercury can be a little tricky sometimes there, Taurus. And then they will move back into Capricorn on the 13th of January, and then we'll get back into, which I feel like it's nice that we're kind of like reevaluating the ways that we've grown. Then he goes direct, thinking about how we're going to apply this new growth, and then Capricorn grounding that, and then really kind of setting things off there, Taurus. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be a nice kind of retrograde, as nice as a retrograde can be through these energies here. And then too, then yeah, because now your ruler Venus is getting into Sagittarius, and she's going to enter on the 29th of December. And with this, there may be a desire to bring more excitement and new experience into all areas of your relationships, whether this be your love, your family, your friendships, maybe even like your business relationships. You could, because Sagittarius is about those new kind of inspiring ideas. They stay so optimistic and joyful, I feel, because life does have so many things to offer. There's so many things to learn from this journey. And two, this can even influence how you approach love and relationships, because this fosters a sense of hope and possibility. You just naturally take on that more kind of optimistic, kind of hopeful type of like energies there, Taurus. So definitely utilize that. If it's a very lighter energy, I feel, when any sign that goes through Sagittarius. And this can be too. This can also be favorable for relationships that involve travel. So, considering that you got this travel card here, Taurus is safe travels, you might be doing some maybe some networking possibly, or even meeting up with some friends, or just, I feel, since you're starting off with travel, that might be something. I love how you sync up with the energies, Taurus. That might be something for you to think about, because Sagittarius is one that is always on the move there. So now let's go ahead and get your next oracle card. I dig it. Thank you. Alright, Taurus. So you have the Castaway Negativity card. And that's what I feel like is going down with this devil. We're banishing those low vibrations there, Taurus. And really, I feel that this, because maybe for some we might even be, I don't, not sure how extreme this may be, Taurus, but we may even be considering moving away if something has, like, if a certain environment may be hindering your growth, or if we've noticed that we get sort of involved in some sort of like toxic energies, whether this be like gossip or just any sort of low vibrational type of things. I feel like this is what the devil was asking you earlier to kind of work on there, and to kind of change this stuff up there, because you got a lot of busy energy, 8 and 9 of Pentacles there. And I feel too, Taurus, that this is that negativity too, when we do feel challenged and almost feel like when we're kind of stuck in a sense, and needing to pause and it's like when we're not sure where to go, where it's not that we're not acknowledging that something is wrong. It's just like when we feel this negative energy coming on, it's that I feel like is an opportunity for us to be inquisitive about it, and to figure out where the root of that negativity has come from, so we can start to assuage that stuff, learn more about it. With your ruler getting ready to move into Sagittarius, we're not in the state of stagnation, you're in the state of motion now, you know. And so, yeah, and I feel too, Taurus, be very mindful, because I feel we are getting into, as a soul tribe, we're slowly, we're getting into this like really kind of heightened state of awareness and manifestation that is increasing in things because of that. And then knowing that your thoughts become things, you stay, for example, I know, and it can be tough, like let's say like in, how do I want to put this, there are some people that I'll talk with sometimes, and when I hear a certain narrative that's repeated over and over and over again, but then when I hear like money, I feel like money is one where you can say that there's never enough, there's all these things, but if you are able to, pay your bills and have food on the table and things, it's like I feel like it's not focusing on what's not there, like that Five of Pentacles type of like lack mentality. It's focused on what you do have, Empress, and being in that state of abundance, and paying attention to how, where you start to bring in more positivity, how your vibrations tend to raise and more things tend to come towards you there. And again, it's work getting through this stuff. It's not like I'm just saying heal yourself, Taurus, but it is something where it's like, getting in that routine of that, and pay attention to how that shifts the dynamic of your story. But let's get some tarot on this, Taurus. Oh, let's see what's going on here, Taurus. That was aggressive. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I love it. That's because that's how we Empress. Absolutely. Your ruler has been going around here, Taurus. There's been a lot of abundance. You have the Empress, and there are two Empresses in this deck, Taurus. This is Baby Empress. So you got Baby Empress, the Justice card, the Death card here, and the High Priestess. Look how all this major arcana is here. And then you have the Eight of Wands, and then the Queen of Swords, Taurus. And let's start with Baby Empress, since we were just literally just talking about her. And I feel that, because listen, the Empress is not just about sitting around and just receiving just abundance. She's the type that builds her abundance. She's the one, like, everything that she has, that's her doing. She put those things into motion. If you want that sense of more than what, like the Justice card is this cause and effect, and this is Libra energy. And if things feel out of balance, in a sense, if like we're in that more negative than positive energy, what actions can we take, what ways can we change in order to get these energies moving get things moving again? And life always waxes and wanes, Taurus, but it's when we start casting away that negativity, we start seeing things from a clear perspective here with the Queen of Swords. And I feel too, the Queen of Swords really speaks from our heart. So really pay attention to, again, where your thoughts are at, because that's going to permeate in your environment. And I feel, Taurus, too, with the High Priestess, because she's the moon. And fun fact, the moon is exalted, Cancer's ruler. My sun signs in Cancer. I think that's why we get along so well, Taurus. But the moon is exalted in your sign, and which means she does well after Cancer. And I feel that, she goes through these constant phases, where the energies, we're in the waxing phases right now, and then we get into those waning phases like a little bit after the full moon. And I feel like it's appreciating that thing, the energies of cycles. And I even feel too, Taurus, let me get a little bit more on the High Priestess, because let me get a little bit, let me get a little bit more with her. Interesting. So the High Priestess is clarified by the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups here, Taurus. And that's fascinating because I feel with this that I feel you may be getting these energies that we do need to walk away for something here, Taurus. There's something that we need to let go because there's the Seven of Cups in a lower vibration can be this sort of illusion sort of energy there, and that might be this negative energy, this loop that we might be caught up in that's getting in the way of those intuitive messages. Because the Eight of Wands can be this card of messages as well, this kind of energies that are trying to be sent through these downloads that are trying to be received, but we're so caught up in something else that we're because abundance isn't gone, Taurus. It's just that we're not seeing it is what I feel like is going on here. And there's some things that we're going to need to let go of and walk away from in order to, because the Seven of Cups can also be this spoiled for choice type of energy where you do, the more that you let go of these illusions and let go of these things that are holding you back, the more doors that open up from you, and that gives this baby Empress a chance to come. Nine of Pentacles, work on becoming her full grown, experienced Empress self. So, but yeah, I do feel that something, but there are changes that I feel like are going to need to go on. And even like this, like I was saying, the Eight of Wands can be this card of travel, so we may need to move from a certain, I would never tell you to quit your job, Taurus, but maybe this is like, thinking about considering changing jobs if we're in sort of some toxic environment, or maybe if we were in sort of like some weird type of household type of thing, maybe with family, maybe with friends or roommates, whatever that's looking like. But all right, something to think about, Taurus. All right, Taurus. Now, let's get a little more tea and then let's talk about your energy. Because you have Big Papa, Jupiter, that is finally getting ready to go direct. And then you have Uranus that is still retrograde in Taurus, in your sun for a little while longer. And with Jupiter's going to go direct on the 30th of December. And that is going to be a big relief because, with Jupiter being in retrograde, this again kind of slows when he was in retrograde, this slowed the energies down a little bit. And things were already kind of slowed some and it's not necessarily slow, we're just thinking about that long game. You can indulge in those immediate fixes, sure, but it's just like, are they really going to help you in the long term is what this Jupiter and Taurus energy was trying to get us to. Because yours is a very sensual sign as well, and sometimes with on a lower vibration, there could be that sort of like hedonistic energy that comes with Taurus. And so that's something to be mindful of for all of us with Jupiter being in this, because Jupiter doesn't discriminate with what the vibration you're in. He's just going to give you abundance regardless. So that's why we got to be mindful of that, with that casting away negativity and things. Example of that, I have Jupiter in the first house, and he's conjunct my ascendant. And where my energies are at, I do get I notice that. Like if I'm in a certain vibration, I do get a lot of that. And that's why I think I tend to kind of be a lot sometimes. But it's just be kind of big. But yeah, Jupiter is can be a very lucky one, but luck is in the eye of the beholder. But with this energy, Taurus, let's get back to you, because this encourages a steady and measured approach to achieving goals. Because again, we're thinking that 10 of Pentacles energy when you got 9 of Pentacles here already there, Taurus. So it's like we're getting in motion to get that security lockdown, and this can bring opportunities for financial growth and increase in material well-being, as well as a great energy for investing, saving, and just again that long-term planning. So I feel like with all this earth energy that we're kind of operating in, that's a dope kind of set, I feel like, our energies to be in. And then you have Uranus that's going to be retrograde until the 27th of January. And with this energy, this has been encouraging us to revisit and potentially revise any sort of like core beliefs and attitudes we had towards like wealth, possessions, and what we truly value. Because things have been changing a lot, with how we even go about savings, to how changes in how the environment's been going on, where things in the environment's been going on. Security has been in this state. It's just, yeah, a lot's been going on here with Uranus being in your sign over the last 5 years, and with those radical changes, they're not meant to just shake up your foundation there. It is a tricky place, I feel, with Uranus being in your sign, because yours is one of such stability. But this teaches us to be innovative in the face of those changes and how we adapt and grow and essentially kind of free ourselves from the constraints that we may have kept ourselves in, or, just kind of thinking towards that future. So, and depending on where your placements are at, because Jupiter, I want to say, is at like the sixth or fifth degree right now, but this is going to be forming conjunctions with your sign, and conjunctions are the most powerful blend of energies because they are, the planets are in such close proximity to your natal placements. They're within 0 degrees, is what classifies as well, it depends on who you ask, but the tighter the orb, the stronger that energy is there, Taurus. And with you being infused with that, like having, I'm sure for most of you having gone through that Uranus energy, that kind of drastic change, that innovative, how you've grown and embraced that sort of inner freedom, and now you got that Jupiter energy, how we're growing, expanding, things like that. It's very interesting how these conjunctions can sometimes bring about these energies of anxiety because you're trying to incorporate this planet is influence this natal stuff, and it's just like yeah, it just can be a bit of an adjustment there, Taurus, but it's definitely one for your greater good there. But let's get an oracle on this. Lovely. This one's been going around quite a bit too here, Taurus, because you got the magical power card here. you know, I do feel, because I like talking about this too, Taurus, because you know that you are the Hierophant in the tarot, and that's the divine counterpart to the High Priestess. And the High Priestess and the Hierophant are known as they're the most powerful intuitives in the deck. And I feel really, Taurus, you are an underrated intuitive because you are, when they say you're a sensual sign, you do have, I feel like, these very like acute senses, and not just your just normal five senses, your taste, touch, sight, hearing, smell. We're talking your sixth sense too, and this gives me very Ace of Cups. I feel that this is one where I feel like Taurus really does well. I feel like being outside and really connecting with nature, because I feel like that's where you can connect with source at its strongest level and really get in those intuitive insights. Like, I know that Taurus, is about comfort, can be about comfort and finances and things along those lines. But I feel like that's just like on just like as we get into a more modern age. But I feel like at its core, Taurus is one that is really connected to the earth, and the Hierophant is like this bridge between the divine realm and this material realm here. And that's why feel like what makes you such amazing builders and manifestors. But I feel like it's one that we may have gotten disconnected for this, and I feel like it's been partway whatever this negativity is, or even these sort of like this devil is giving, maybe even like these like earthly distractions, in a sense that we've gotten so comfortable here that we've forgotten to check into that more sort of intuitive divine realm, that mysterious realm that you can learn from your opposite sign, Scorpio, because they are powerful intuitives. They see their house deals with the occult in that realm. And I mean, you got Scorpio here, and I feel the more that you get in touch with those intuitive abilities and like learn about yourself, you know, kind of do this like travel, because the safe travel doesn't just have to be a physical travel. This can be journeying within, you know, asking yourself these deeper questions, getting to the root of your energies. And I feel too, you know, for your energy, because Taurus is considered the you know, being the fixed Earth sign, you know, you're considered the slowest moving sign of the zodiac. But I don't feel like that's a negative. That means I feel like you really take in your surroundings, and I feel that that is, you know, that really demands this, like, well, not demands, but I feel like that really calls for this level of being in the present moment. And I feel like as you're being in this presence, like, things are going to start, I don't know, just moving a lot faster for you. Start getting these, paying attention to these intuitive insights here, listening to your body, because I feel you are very aware. I would think first would be one that's very aware of their body as well. But let me get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details with this, because I feel like it's those signals and things that are trying to lead you, that high priestess energy. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, Taurus, so you have the Two of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and then the Nine of Swords here. Now let's talk about the Seven of Pentacles here, Taurus, because I feel with this energy here, I'm getting like what you put in is what you get back. You know, really, when we were talking about that Justice card, that cause and effect, I feel there's this energy of there's some sort of, I feel like, internal conflict here. I feel like that's going on with the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords here for some, that we may be, because the Nine of Swords can be this kind of caught in your head type of energy, caught away in this negativity, some sort of anxious sort of, like, maybe we're feeling a little apprehensive about the future. Maybe there is some things that there's a lot of work that we need to do here, or maybe we might even be involved in some sort of, like, I feel like the group that we may be around as well, or the people that we may be, you know, just associated with, may be at question here, Taurus. Just for some, it may be like I'm feeling like a work environment thing. And I feel there's this need to, with the Two of Cups, there's this to nurture these powers that you have, and not even just that, but it's more so nurturing the whatever these fears may be, whatever this conflict may be, because I feel there's something here, there's this, I don't know if there's this animosity or this tension here amongst some type of people there, that we need to kind of change this environment, or something that I feel like is, yeah, something that's hindering this process here, or something's not coming to fruition like we had hoped. And because the Five of Wands too can be this card of brainstorming, because, you know, challenges aren't just meant to keep you in that stuck energy. They're meant to get the brain moving, get the things pumping there. But I feel whatever this conflict may even be too, may be something that requires more work, that almost that we may be afraid to take on there, Taurus. So, and I'm even kind of getting with the Two of Cups, which that's interesting, that, because that can even be like a card of relationships. And but I feel for some it's like we don't, for some it's like there's just not, where someone's like not feeling like doing something there, like, let me get a little bit more of this Two of Cups here, Taurus. fascinating. All right, so the Two of Cups is clarified by Aquarius, the star card here, and their ruler, Uranus, the Fool card. And that's fascinating because I feel that for some, that we may be kind of healing from some sort of relationship, or there's a need to kind of jump into something new here, or kind of connect, like this fresh energy I feel like that's coming through here. And you know, the star card too can be, sometimes there's this energy where it's like like pulling down those messages from source and manifesting this stuff. And I feel that there's a path, if we're stuck in some type of conflict here, there's a need to kind of create this new type of way here to get our energies back into balance here, Taurus. And I feel too like with the star card, because it's going to be a card of unexpected help. And just when I feel like with the Three of Pentacles here, I feel there's something where I feel like don't, or try not to be opposed to receiving help from others there, Taurus. Because I feel like I'm getting this, like there's some sort of assistance that I feel like is going to be coming your way here, but I feel we're going to need to be open to that whenever that opportunity comes through there. So just another little thing to think about there. But all right, I think I'm going to leave that there, Taurus. And look at that. That's neat. All right, Taurus. Now let's get into this last energy here, which is Pisces. Because you have Saturn that is in Pisces, and then you have Neptune that's in Pisces as well. And then with Saturn's going to be in Pisces until the 25th of May 2025. So we still got a little bit of ways before we get through this energy, which is, I feel like this is a dope place for Saturn to be, because this really encourages us to apply our intuitive insights more practically and making them and utilizing them more, you know, working with this magical power, that high priestess energy that you do have there, Taurus, and really supports a more kind of structured approach towards spiritual practices and inner growth. So, you know, maybe getting involved in meditation, maybe just even, you know, a great way to connect with source, indulge in, or getting involved in some sort of creative endeavors. Because Taurus, being Venus ruled, yours is a creative sign. You know, one aspect of Venus is that she is about that art and, you know, creating more beauty. She's not just about being beautiful. You know, it's spreading that energy around, and you know, she wants everyone to be able to enjoy in that, because she's also about relationships. You know, being that she rules Libra, but. And then you have Neptune that's been in Pisces for quite a while now, and she's got a couple more years. She'll be in Pisces until the 30th of March 2025. And because Neptune is one of the rulers of Pisces along with Jupiter, but with her being at home, or having been at home, you know, there's been a greater sensitivity towards, you know, spiritual and kind of the metaphysical type of realms there. You know, I feel like things have really been evolving here over this last decade, because she spends about 14 years in a sign at a time, and I feel there has been this sort of slow transformation here that's been going on with Neptune and Pisces. And you know, this is conducive to various forms of creative endeavors there, Taurus. So whether this be through singing, through dance, through art, crafting, sculpting, you know, building, whatever that's looking like for you. You know, I feel like making more time for little hobbies like that, Taurus, can really help cast away your negativity, tap into your magical powers there, journey within. Really a lot of beneficial stuff there, Taurus. And the nice thing about this placement is that depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a sextile with your sign. And sextiles they're energies of opportunities. You know, it's one of those, either we take this opportunity or we don't. You know, they're kind of like they're similar to the aces, and like they're like seeds in a sense. You know, we either plant these seeds or we just kind of we just sort of let them sit. So just something to think about with that energy there, Taurus. Now let's go ahead and get your last oracle card. Hmm. All right, Taurus. So you have the let go card here. And the first thing, the kind of download that I got there is this letting go of control. You know, I feel like with yours, you know, you're being the fixed earth sign, and it's not just like, you know, because I feel Taurus. People always say, like, you know, Taurus is a very stubborn sign. If you have a lot of fixed energy, you, of course, like, that's it's more nuanced than that. Taurus fixed signs, you, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius all have the propensity for stubbornness. And listen, I got a whole bunch of Leo in my chart, and there are certain things that I won't budge on. Like, and I know it, but it's like, you know, we're just not talking about it. But well, we'll get to it in due time. But with this let go, I do feel like there is this letting go of control in a sense, you know, like surrendering to the universe. Not that we're giving up, it's just that we're just like allowing ourselves to just let go and listen. To kind of listen to our intuition, feel where things are trying to guide you in a sense. You get me? You have the eight of cups there. We were talking about that. That is a letting go energy. That's Saturn and Pisces. And And it's not to say that it's going to be easy, whatever these letting go energies that are coming through here, Taurus, but I do feel that there are ultimately going to lead to, you know, this transformation. Death card is going to lead to that Empress energy, that growth, that in open the doors to new opportunities, and even this Fool, like, even regaining this sense of freedom in a sense there. But let me get your tarot cards on this, Taurus, and let me see what that's about. Mm. Alright, Taurus, last little bit here. Alright, so you have the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and then the Magician here, Taurus. And let's switch back over. Because I feel with this, Taurus, you know, the King of Cups, he's he's that emotional wisdom. And usually the King of Cups is throned on an ocean. And there's a lot that's going on in the ocean. And he's one that is, he observes what goes on, but he doesn't detach, you know. And if he does find himself getting attached, he does, you know, he does understand the purpose of needing to let things go, you know, in order to make space for something new, in order for a new perspective to come in through here, or for some clarity to come through with this Ace of Swords here. Because I feel when we cling on to things there, Taurus, you know, it can lead to this indecisive energy where we just feel kind of trapped, feel kind of blindfolded in a sense, as far as like this confusion with this Two of Swords is what's kind of going on here. And I just feel too with the Magician here, like, just be careful what you know. That energy of those thoughts become things. Be careful what you manifest. Be mindful of your vibration here with the Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups is like your wish type of energy there, and you got the Star card here, wishing on a star, Taurus, and they're associated with the 11th house, which that can be the house of wishes. That's Uranus house too. So yes, 11th house, and I do feel for some it's this. I just pictured you outside, Taurus, just kind of looking up at the heavens and just kind of letting go of like your like not like again, we're not just like ignoring like problems and things. It's just like releasing your concerns to the universe, you know, your doubts, your things, and then listen to what answers come back to you, because the magician is a reminder too that all of the tools that you need to achieve your goals are all within. We don't need to look outside of ourselves for that, Taurus. So and I'm even getting to like there's this finding comfort in not knowing it all, Taurus, you know, to not be sure where everything is going to lead, but again like kind of trusting, letting go and trusting in the universe as well. Like there's this like this, the universe will meet you where you meet it, you know. Like I hope that that makes sense. But I think I'm gonna leave it there, Taurus. So little something to ruminate on, but I did this, Taurus. And if you like that, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Taurus, because I feel that this is yeah, this was an interesting one. I feel like this, you know, getting away from whatever these groups or whatever this is, energy that's kind of holding power over you, or, you know, if you notice someone kind of clinging on to negativity and things, and yeah, just pay attention to that, Taurus, and, you know, maybe share this with them, and then subscribe there, Empress. Hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit there, Taurus, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Taurus, so I can get you out of here. And you got the Seven of Wands here, Taurus, which, you know, I feel like with this negativity here, this letting go, you know, there's, you know, protect your energies. You know, there's a lot, because I feel too, you know, you are, I feel like you are a sensitive sign in the sense that with those heightened senses, you are very aware of your environment, you know, and I feel that you take on there's a lot of stimuli I feel like that can happen in all that, Taurus, and I feel like it's making sure to kind of take it, just be aware of what's yours and what's not, what energies you happen to take on there, and whatever thoughts and things, and, you know, and making sure to cleanse your energies, you know, whether this be working outside or doing some grounding or whatever that's looking like there, Taurus. But let me get your other oracle card here so I can get you out of here, Taurus. Oh, I love that, Taurus. And just breathe. We're gonna ground, and you know what? Look at that. I feel like that's nice too with the Seven of Wands. What better way to protect your energies and just to sit down in some meditation there, Taurus. Do some mindful breathing. And even if you can't sit down, when you find moments throughout your day, just again connecting to that present moment, breathing in, and just anything to just keep you just rooted in this space, and keep you relaxed and keep you centered. I feel like helps you tap into those, keep you tapped into source, helps you move intuitively through this space. And yeah, just I feel like, you know, the breath, you know, we breathe so many times a day, and it's like how many are we actually conscious of there, Taurus? So yeah, I feel like just yeah, something that I feel like to consider there, Taurus. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there, Taurus, with your travels if you happen to be traveling, or, you know, just, you know, we're getting caught up in negativity and things. We need to let that, you know, let that stuff go as it makes sense for you. You raise your vibration to the roof. You got Two of Cups there, Empress. Make sure to take care of yourself, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.